what's up, everybody? Welcome to it. It is STRAATA Area Code, the breakdown, baby. And we are chopping it up about season 1. Now, what we did this past season was go on deep and delve and celebrate and dissect all the raw talent that we have in the city. And right about now, we're about to talk all about it, honey. Listen, 64 bars, sipping Red Bull, because I'm chilling with stars. For those of you who do not know, I am chilling with a Black Zico, Staj Lebaga, Matane, and of course, OD. My name is Angela Linda, and it's about to get hot in here. I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna jump straight into it, starting with the person that opened the season for us, right? How did that feel for you? Opening so many, like you're the first episode, there's so much pressure on you, you're setting the tone. How was that for you?
Nah, man, that was dope. Thank you guys for having me. Shosho Bafetu. Hi, Angela. Yeah, man, for me, it was super dope, Obviously, I didn't think about the pressure because I don't want to pressurize myself, get so I just was like, okay, 64 bars, because initially, the plan was for me to do like a whole 64 bars for this whole thing. So that's why we did the PDK right after Leroy hollered at us on some, yo, dog, there's this thing that we're trying to do, there's this idea that we're trying to do, and I want you to be one of the people that's that starts it, So me being the first one, I don't know how it came about. Maybe the full info, but for me, it was just, I was just aiming to kill it, Yeah,
Yeah. And you did exactly that.
Yeah. I had to.
Okay,
definitely.
now the platform is here, and I want to take it to you, Matane, right? What do you think this platform can do for Bloom City and hip-hop as it is in the city right now?
I think what it can really do is put Bloom at the forefront. If you notice right now, it's about ripping the city you're from. Pretoria doing their thing, Durban's doing their thing.
Yes.
We can come with something new, a story that hasn't been told before, and STRAATA Code can be like the platform that we push it through, because if you think about it, how many cities really have their own language the way Bloom does? Bloom taluko hell. But yeah, I think that's what it can really do, and we can now build businesses around that. You understand? Now, all the guys who make clothes in Bloom can start popping off STRAATA Code. The guys who do shoes, the guys who shoot, all the different kind of creatives, we can all come together and push the culture forward. So I think that's what we can really do with STRAATA Code. Like, there's no ceiling to what this thing could do.
Yeah. Odie, do you agree? And I know, Staj, you highly also advocate for that, like having a platform for the industry in the city.
Indeed. It's very important, like McTane said, to tell our own stories and be authentic in the way we tell our stories, Back then in the but now it's a case of and make it dope. Put in the punchline, your metaphors, and actually put in work with this rap game. You know what I mean? So it's very dope.
Keeping it with you, your episode actually was one of the most impactful.
Crazy.
But how was it having an industry giant such as Toady Mac commenting on it?
Amazing.
How was that feeling?
Crazy. It's always surreal. Toady Mac has been a mentor for me since 2016. When I was studying audio engineering, right? It's just always so surreal to, look back and know that Toady Mac has got my back, and he's always checking for the moves that I'm making, and he's always championing me. It's surreal. It never gets old.
Could there be a possible collaboration?
You'll have to tune in to find out. There's a Toady Mac verse in the tuck, aka for my album, so check out for that. 41 is coming soon.
First things first.
Salute to that, yo.
Okay, so I want to talk about, you spoke about Bloomtail, right? How important is it for all of you to make it cool again? Anywhere that you go and you say Blomo, people already know, hey, see, we here, hey, Bloomtail was so cool, but like incorporating it into your hip hop and making it authentically Bloemfontein, how important is that for you?
It's very, very important for me because we need a sense of belonging. So Lena, for someone who's listening to someone like someone who's listening to me,
Yes.
anyway, I want you to feel like you're listening to someone from home, you know? So it's very, very, very dope. And us doing it on a platform like this, it just makes it bigger than life, because now it's not only going to be about Celtics, but they have to know that there actually is talent aside, and we can actually deliver.
You spoke about making it dope. Sure. What does that mean?
Like I'm saying, rapper, we understand metaphors and similes and punchlines and rhyme schemes, you know. So I get making it dope. It's not just about saying heta or kale ka. But it's about stringing the words together, stringing the flow together, and actually remaining a rapper, but incorporating seblomo and making it dope. Yeah.
How do you do that?
I think it's just finding strategic places to place certain words. You understand? If you put them in the right places. So like in my verses, I like to add a lot of English, then the punchline, when I set it up in English, then I hit you with the Sotho punchline. So even if you don't speak Bloomtown, you're asking yourself, he was going somewhere with this. Where was he going? You understand? So that's how I work around. I like it.
Talking about punchlines, someone was throwing shots in their episode of STRAATA Area Code. Odi.
What's up?
We went into your hood and then who eats. Was that directed at anyone? Is there beef in the industry in Bloemfontein? And if there is, tell us more about it. What does that line mean?
If you know me and if you listen to my music, you know that some way, somehow, I'd like to throw like a little bit of funny raps, you know? So to me, there was not beef, or I didn't direct it to anyone. But if you want to take it everywhere.
Oh, that loves that.
That's just how it is. But you know, I feel like there's beef because this is hip hop, but nah, not for me at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said there's beef. This is hip hop. Is it still a thing, having beef? You know, we've had so many. We had from Tupac and Biggie. Even here in South Africa, we had a major one, Casper and AKA. It's a thing, but is it still? Is it like one of the ways that you can, drive impact in as a rapper or an artist?
For now, Angela, I don't subscribe to the whole beef concept. I don't think it's beef. If it's beef, we really don't like each other. But this is hip hop, and there can only be one. We're all cool. But at the end of the day, we'll see who's still around a decade from now.
Yeah.
I function that way.
Yeah.
I love my boys, but I'm competing.
Yeah.
That's how I function. So there can only be one in hip hop. It necessarily shouldn't be beef, but I'm competing as hip hop.
I think that's why they call it the game. That's why they call it the game.
Yeah.
So there's contact here and there. It has to be there. You know?
It's also in some way somewhat inspiring, because when you see someone else, you're like, oh, actually, I can also, not to say you're comparing yourselves to them, but like it also gives you that drive and stuff. Now, STRAATA Area Code was giving media coverage that I don't think has existed before in this manner in the city, right? How difficult has it been for you guys as artists to get your work out there, to get coverage, to get media people just, covering you and putting you out there?
It's a huge challenge we have in Bloem, because like we're saying, trying to make Bloemfontein cool again is because now people feel like you have to become something else to be popular. Now I have to go to Pretoria, Pitori, then my song is gonna pop. Now I have to Kazoo, then my song is gonna pop, you understand? So it's been a challenge for us to get people to be like, I hear this is dope, and I'm gonna give it a platform just because it's dope, you understand? So now we have to create our own movement, with media people as well. They need to get involved and push us forward. Podcasts are popping right now. That's where I think a lot of artists need to be focusing. We need more Bloem podcasts. We need more people doing coverage on what's happening in the city, who know about it and are speaking it from a perspective of information. So I think that's what we need to do right now. It's been a huge challenge, but hopefully with platforms like this, if more can come together, we can move forward.
Was it challenging for you before?
Yeah, it was, but you get used to it because you can't cry about one thing for a long time, Jaga step say but I feel like this is gonna help out like a lot of kids actually everyone, if like you're interested in hip hop in our city, this is actually for you, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
With you, was it a struggle?
Yeah, it's always been a struggle, man. Even for gigs, for example, that's another thing. You know, that's another thing. There's gigs, there's the whole these whole things. But the thing about Bloom is we have dope ideas. The city is filled with dope ideas. We just need to get the people who are able to help us out, get these ideas out. Like they should just join the train, you know. But join it, but like if you do have influence of supplying us Kadi Camera, for example, supplying us Ka sound or a venue, a dope venue like this, do it. And for Bloom and for the music. We don't have people like Butira, Deben, who's gonna take the whole GOM culture and put it to the world, you know, not just Deben alone. So we do need a lot of people who are taking this thing forward. Now with a platform like this, using the whole Red Bull shout out, and Red Bull, and a lot of people now pay attention if you are associated with a brand, like a big brand like Red Bull. So things like this are needed, and we do need more of this.
I want to get controversial.
Uh-oh.
Nah, big dog.
Hurry.
Ne. And you mentioning gigs reminded me of that. The big question that is out there is hip hop dead?
No, hip hop can never die, ever.
What's keeping it alive?
STRAATA Area Code.
The breakdown, baby, we are breaking it down.
Here's my thing when it comes to hip hop. Every other genre is just a genre. Hip hop is an actual culture.
Yes.
So even when a piano artist walks in now, they're gonna look like how we look because we influence how you dress, what you eat, what you drink, what you drive, what you wear is hip hop. So we can never die if you guys still look like us wherever you go. So that's the thing that.
Also, Ricky said we never die, we multiply.
We multiply. That's it. That's it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, it almost got. Anyway, Mr. Champagne for the pain. Matane. You speak a lot about Seche and growing up in Seche, and so how do you incorporate it into your music and tell your story? Because you do it in a very distinctive way. How do you incorporate it into your story and sharing it with the rest of the world?
Seche is such an interesting place because you're in town.
Mara.
You understand? So one thing it helped me with is perspective. So even in my verse with the STRAATA Code, I'm telling them I know drug dealers, I know what crystal meth smells like. I've seen prostitutes who sell themselves. But I also know what it means to tell a champagne momakasi. R.I.P. Basara Badli. You understand? So it's just showing you that duality of where you live and what's going on. And Bloom as a whole is a lot like that. You know what it's like for Safara, but we also know Second Avenue when it's bottled water time, what it looks like, you know. And that's what I try to do with my music, just showing people the duality.
So with a platform like this, STRAATA Area Code, the focus in the media or music industry, not even just hip hop, has always been Gauteng or KZN, right? How do you think it helps to shift that narrative and just bring it here? Stage.
I think Moblomo, we suffered from, I don't want to say low self-esteem, but we wanted to be accepted into culture tse tshwana le bo Gauteng le bo Durban. Hence why when Maftown started blowing up, we started incorporating Motswako le Setswana. For now, platforms like STRAATA Area Code di tlo re thusa with standing and being stable in our Bloom nature and our Bloom culture. And it's gonna expose the culture and the rap style Sablom. Because believe it or not, there is a sound Yablomo and a style. It's not just a language. There's also a sound, a particular beat, a particular tempo Yablomo e re batlang go ipusha. And you can witness that with STRAATA Area Code. Yeah.
OD?
I don't have anything to say with that. He actually spoke what was in my mind. Actually.
Yeah. He did that.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay. You guys watch each other's episodes, obviously.
Yeah.
I want to get like a line. So, which one was your favorite, or lines that were your favorite? No, except for yours.
Except for mine.
I know rappers. He was about to say mine. He was about to say mine. And then.
Actually, I like Zico's one. You know what I'm saying? It's all perfect. Yeah. But I like the confidence Taj had, like, simula for first things first. I'm like, okay.
We're getting serious.
Now we're going in, you know. And I don't wanna lie, now that we're all here, I'm around like people that, you know, that push me. So it does not mean even if I like this intro stage, I don't like, you know, how can I go and check the YouTube? You can see him on I'm holding Black Zico, I got McTain on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So everyone has a dope verse, but styles like intro, I'm like, alright.
I hear you. You have my attention.
Yeah.
Mr. Champagne for the pay.
Man, I like Black Zico's verse. It's very difficult to rap the way he was rapping in Suit because he was doing setup, punch, setup, punch, setup, punch. That's like a Lil Wayne type of rapping.
Yeah.
So to do that in Suit, I felt like, nah, man, that was dope.
Clean.
That was dope, clean.
I have to give it to the black. I have to give it to the black, like McTain is saying, ona better the punchline in a way that you've never heard before. I do have to say though, hearing McTain's explanation, duality, Blom, and where he's from, I have a brand new appreciation of his STRAATA area code. It's so in depth, and I bet Blom.
Yeah.
Crazy, yeah.
The style, I'd say McTain. Yes, I liked it. For me, Athanathan, I wonder where they shot it.
Sure.
Yes.
Come on, don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. You know, yeah, that whole place has a very sentimental feel to a lot of people in Bloom. It was just right next to Mr. Video. We were young. One grade. So it just had like, I just fell in love with the first pitch because the location. So it made it easy for me to jam to it. I'm like, I can tell you, yeah, it was actually dope. So yeah, that one.
Okay. We are going to close it off. STRAATA area code does not end here at the breakdown. We are going further and of course unearthing so much raw talent that we have in the city. And this platform is amazing. As you said, I also want to send a shout out to the people that produced the platform because they are doing absolutely incredible work for the city. And hopefully, someone mentioned nationally, so hopefully it does also go nationally. It is for Bloom, by Bloom, with Bloom people. So this is a STRAATA area code. Season 2 is coming up. You never know, maybe your favorite artist will be on there, maybe you will be on there. You know what, like it doesn't end. So stay tuned because it is about to get even more hotter than this. A big shout out to you guys for holding it down in the first season. It is OD, McTain, Stage Lebaka, Black Zico. Check them out if you haven't yet. What rock are you living under? And of course, a huge shout out to Sneakers Inc. for getting us looking so fresh. Like Lampona Mar, like do you see the rest of, do you see everybody else? You know, they did absolutely amazing in dressing us, and Baite, we inspire the culture. It is a culture, and they made sure that they rap us. So shout out to Sneakers Inc. and of course for letting us shoot in their beautiful store. Do check us out. We are at Loch Logan right now, but you know, you can. Shout out to you guys. My name is Angela Linda, and this was amazing. See you in the second season, baby.